Close your eyes. It's the middle of the night, 30,000 years ago. No city sounds, no electricity, no locks on any door, just darkness. And somewhere, just beyond the edge of the firelight, something is watching you. You don't know what it is, you can't see it, but every nerve in your body is screaming that it's there. That feeling never went away. We just replaced what caused it. So, what did humans actually fear before nuclear weapons and car crashes and pandemics with names and case counts? Before any of the modern dangers existed? Not worried about, not anxious about. Terrified of? The answer is older, stranger, and far more disturbing than you'd expect. Let's start with the dark itself. To us, darkness is an inconvenience. You flip a switch and it's gone. To an ancient human, darkness was lethal. Lions, cave hyenas, giant short-faced bears, things that no longer exist but absolutely did then. And almost all of them hunted at night. They could see you long before you could see them. That's why you still leave a nightlight on for your kid. Why you still check the dark corner of a parking garage before you walk to your car. That isn't irrational. That's a 30,000-year-old alarm system, still wired in, still firing, just pointing at things that aren't there anymore. But darkness was only the beginning. Because here's what nobody tells you about ancient fear. It wasn't really about predators at all. It was about something far worse. Something with teeth you could never see coming. Disease. No germ theory. No microscopes. No idea that anything smaller than an insect could exist. You wake up fine. By evening, you're burning with fever. 3 days later, you're gone. No wound, no animal attack, no explanation at all. Now, imagine watching that happen, over and over, with zero framework for understanding why. A threat with no visible cause is the worst kind of threat there is. So the human mind did what it always does when faced with the unexplainable. It invented an explanation anyway. Spirits, curses, the evil eye, angry ancestors. Not because ancient people were primitive, because the human brain would rather have a terrifying answer than no answer at all. And once disease had a cause, it had a motive, which meant maybe it could be stopped. That same logic explains the sky. Storms didn't just happen to ancient people, storms came for them. Lightning wasn't random, lightning was aimed. And here's why that mattered so much. A single bad season of weather could kill the crops, and a season of dead crops could kill an entire community. Not one person, everyone. So when the sky turned black and the thunder cracked, the question wasn't, what's the air pressure doing? The question was, what did we do wrong? And who do we need to fix it with? That question built temples, built sacrifice, built entire systems of ritual aimed at the heavens. And here's the unsettling part. Sometimes it worked. Not because the ritual controlled the weather, because shared ritual controlled the group. It turned helpless terror into coordinated action. Your ancestors didn't beat fear with logic. They beat it with story, performed together. Then there's a fear almost nobody brings up. Other humans. You needed your tribe to survive. You couldn't hunt alone, sleep alone, raise a child alone. Other people were your oxygen. But other people were also your greatest threat. A stranger at the edge of camp wasn't a visitor. He was a risk. Archaeological sites from this era are full of healed fractures and weapons still embedded in bone. Conflict between groups wasn't rare. It was constant. So your brain built tribalism, instant, automatic suspicion of anything unfamiliar. It saved your ancestors' lives. It's still running in you, right now, completely out of context, deciding who feels safe and who doesn't, often before you've even thought about it. And then there's the strangest fear of all, the dead, coming back. Cultures that never made contact with each other, separated by oceans and millennia, all independently invented stories about revenants, ghosts, ancestral spirits, things that used to be human and weren't anymore. Coincidence? Or something else? Here's the unsettling possibility. Before modern medicine, certain comas, poisonings, and cases of severe hypothermia could mimic death closely enough to fool anyone. There are historical records of coffins exhumed with scratch marks on the inside, people who weren't, in fact, dead. The Walking Dead wasn't myth. It may have been the only explanation available for something that actually happened, sometimes. The stake through the heart, the heavy stone on the grave, not superstition, precaution. Now here's the part that reframes everything you've just heard. Fear didn't just threaten ancient civilization. Fear built it. Religion managed the fear of the unexplainable. Law managed the fear of violence within the group. Medicine managed the fear of invisible death. Walls and roofs managed the fear of darkness and exposure. Every structure you live inside today was assembled originally out of pure survival-level terror, and it works so well that you've completely forgotten it's even there. But here's the twist that changes how you think about your own anxiety. When civilization got better at solving the old fears, the fear itself didn't vanish. It just relocated. Your brain was built to scan constantly for threats. If the lion disappears, it doesn't go quiet. It finds something else to watch for. Social rejection, financial collapse, a virus you can't see, an algorithm quietly reshaping what you believe. Strip every fear humans have ever had down to its bones, ancient or modern, and you find the exact same sentence underneath. Something is happening that I cannot stop. That's the whole thing. That's all it ever was. So the next time you feel that cold, nameless dread you can't quite explain or name, understand what's actually happening. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're not failing at being a modern, rational person. You're succeeding at being ancient. That exact feeling built every wall, every law, every medicine, every story ever told around a fire to keep the dark a little further back. The monsters changed. The fire never went out.